Open up a browser and go to TUGR.org. Click on the Junior Rankings tab to see the best ranked juniors in the world. On the left, you'll see their global rank, and on the right, you'll see their relative strokes to the best player in the world, currently being Blades Brown. For example, if you take Philip will shoot essentially 1 stroke more than Blades on any given tournament round. Let's choose a player to look at their in-depth stats. So let's click on Will. On the Overview tab, you can see the basic overview stats for Will. You can see the trends. You can see how they trend with their global rank over time. Change that to graduation class. See head-to-head win rate rolling over the last 12 months. Relative strokes to the #1 junior in the world, and more. Clicking on the Tournaments tab, you can see where Will has played over the last 18 months and which tours they've played in. You can also see scoring average by state or scoring relative to par by state. You can also come in and click on a scorecard and see the stats for that tournament. Going over to the Scoring tab, this is where you can get some more in-depth stats on how Will scores. So for example, let's look at par 3 scores, par 4 scores, and par 5 scores relative to a benchmark of ranked players 1 through 250. So what it looks like here is that Will excels on par 4 scoring and par 5 scoring when compared to his peers, but struggles in par 3 scoring. On the Insights tab, we have even more in-depth stats on bounce back rate, blow up rate, give back rate. We can also look at the Weather tab, and this is where you can see how Will does in different kinds of weather conditions, in temperature, wind, rain, cloud cover, UV light, etc. So let's look at wind scoring, for example. Will seems to struggle when the wind picks up a little bit, so this could be an area of an improvement. Now let's look at the new coaches package. This is going to be the easiest way for a golf coach to recruit players. Let's first look at player lists. This is a way for a coach to compile lists of different players that they want to compare and track over time. You can look at different columns of data, so we can add in average score by par 3, par 4, par 5. You can also order these columns, so stroke average, you can see these players by stroke average. You can then look at these stats trended over time for all of these players, so you can see how they compare to one another. You can also come in and click into a player profile and jump over and see their in-depth stats if you want to track even closer. You can also add or remove players to the list. Now, how do you find players? That comes with our advanced search capability. Let's say that you're looking for a player who is in the class of 2026 and their stroke average is less than a 73 and their lowest round is less than at least a 67. You can now see this list has been filtered down to 46 players. You can add additional columns so you can track their low round, stroke average, their graduation year rank, relative scores, average par scores for par 3, par 4, par 5, their head-to-head win rate, blow-up rate, etc. You can then click into a player's profile and view their profile, or you can add them to one of your lists that you've already created. Additionally, in this recruiting tab, you have college commits, so you can see where players have been committed to college. You can also see leaderboards for certain metrics like top stroke average, ranking changes up and down, bounce back rate, and average scores across the board. You can click in and see the entire list of all of these players and jump into their profile. Thanks for watching today. You can visit us at TUGR.org.